ranking the best safeties in Madden 25. And boys, we are back here with another tier list update. Today we're going to be taking a look at the safety position. Before we get into today's video, I do want to talk about our sponsor real quick, MMOEXP.com. If you guys want an alternative to buying packs, consider buying coins at MMOEXP and make sure to use code DILL at checkout for 5% off your order. Now before we do go ahead and get into the new cards right here, want to take a look at the old tier list where this is what I think needs to change. So in my opinion, Jordan Fuller is going to be on the same level as Kevin Byard and Derwin James, and also I'm going to then drop everyone down a singular tier. I think to be in the S tier today, I think we're going to have a loaded S tier, and for me, like the Derwin mid-zone for 0 is really nice. I think he can still be debated with that, but there's so many people that get mid-zone and pick artist combo together as base abilities. I think that is the new standard for S tier. And now this right here is what the list is going to look like before we get into the new cards. Now the very first card we got today is going to be Justin Simmons from Roster Revolution, and this card is 6'2", 93 speed, 93 acceleration with 88 man, 93 zone, and this card also does have the play ball and air aggressive, which is nice, and you will need to upgrade this card, but he is someone that can potentially get that mid zone knockout for 1 AP. Now I think this Justin Simmons card right here should be right by Malcolm Jenkins in this B tier. And right after that we get 94 overall Taylor Rapp. This card is 6 foot, 94 speed, 96 acceleration with 91 agility, 95 change of direction with 95 zone, 92 man. This card as well, no big hitter, no play ball and air aggressive, but Taylor Rapp from an ability standpoint does get a discounted bucket, a deep end zone knockout for 1, deflator for 1. Don't love the deep end zone knockout. Like I feel like you would want a mid zone, of course, like I've said. For me, I'm going to go ahead and have this Taylor Rapp card slightly in the C tier, I guess, with the deep end zone knockout discounted. I think him by CJ Gardner-Johnson makes a ton of sense. After that, we get 94 overall Ronnie Hickman, aka the Rocket right here, and this card is 6'1", 96 speed, 97 acceleration. The one rating that is a little bit low is agility, but does have good change of direction, great man, great zone coverage, this time even decent in the box stats as well if you did want to use him as a sub linebacker. No big hitter trade on, yes, play ball and air aggressive, but this card does get 2 discounted buckets right here, and I'll go through everything that I would recommend running. Mid zone and pick artist for 2. I'd rather run that than deep in and pick artist for 1. I'd rather run that than deep zone and pick artist for 1 in my opinion. And if you want like all out every single KO you could potentially get, like if you're using him as a true safety, I think pick artist, deep zone knockout, and then mid zone for 4 AP total is a lot of AP, but I think you could make that work, and he would basically every zone he would be in as a top safety, he would get the knockout in and reaction time, of course. So yeah, for me, Ronnie Hickman, I will say though, this card I think is an addition to the S tier for sure. I really like the card, and I think he's better than the A tier guys. Then after that, we get 94 overall Jesse Bates, and this card is 6'1", 95 speed, 95 acceleration with 93 man, 93 zone coverage. This time, no big hitter, but does have play ball and air aggressive. And this time for Jesse Bates abilities, he can go ahead and get pick artist for 1, unfakeable for 1. I think he's another card that just is kind of lobbed into the C tier, and you can debate placement. After that, we get Jalen Mills, and Jalen Mills is 6 foot, 94 speed, 95 acceleration with 86 man, 93 zone, and this time he has no big hitter trade, yes, but again does have that play ball and air aggressive. And Jalen Mills from an ability standpoint, he is someone that does get the mid zone for 2, the pick artist for 1, and the unfakeable for 1. For me, getting the mid zone knockout for 2, I think that is the best ability on defense. For me, he's going to be right by Cam Chancellor in this B tier because of that. We also get 94 overall Julian Love, and this card is 5'11", has 95 speed, 94 acceleration with good agility, good change of direction, does hit 90 zone coverage, does not hit 90 man, and this time no big hitter, play ball and air balance this time. And for Julian Love's abilities, this is the champs reward, by the way, you can get him for free. Deep end zone knockout, pick artist for 1. I think he's right by some other cards we covered with that, where I think he's by like Taylor Rapp and CJ Gardner-Johnson in the C tier. And right after that, we get 95 overall John Lynch, and this card is 6'2", and with upgrades, which I would bare minimum recommend upgrading him to the 85, but the 92 does get interesting as well because he gets the base ability avalanche, which I think running an entire avalanche defense makes a ton of sense. Even prioritizing that over the KO or knockout defenders, I think that makes sense. So we could be 96 speed any single team, 98 acceleration, 90 agility, 93 change direction with 90 man, 96 zone, big hitter trading, yes, play ball and air balance. And this time for his abilities, he gets a bunch of discounts where first off right here, you can run the avalanche for 2 AP on him like we were talking about. He can get mid zone and pick artist on top of that for 1 AP total. And yeah, that's really what I'm looking for at my safety spot, or just every piece on defense, pick artist, mid zone combo together, bare minimum. So for me, John Lynch, he is a card that I think is pretty easily in this S tier. And right after that, we get Brian Dawkins as well, and Brian Dawkins is 6 foot, 95 speed, 94 acceleration, good agility, good change of direction, 94 zone, 83 man coverage, good block shed, impact blocking, even decent pass rush for a safety, of course. Big hitter trade on, yes, play ball and air aggressive, so has good traits for the safety. And also Lynch and Dawkins right here, another card that does get 2 discounted buckets where we can go the mid zone and pick artist for 1 AP. Again, I think this is another card that is an easy addition to the S tier. After that, we get Trayvon Moehrig right here, and this card is 6'2", 202, 95 speed, 95 acceleration with 90 agility, 90 change direction, 90 man, 94 zone. Big hitter trade on yes, play ball and air aggressive yet again, and this time with tokens. Again, does get some discounted buckets where he can get the flat zone knockout for 1 right here, and he can go pick artist for 0 or mid zone for 1. I think this is a card that is pretty good. Like, you go pick artist flat zone for 1, you could use him kind of more as like a slot corner, or you could just go mid zone for 1 on him, and I don't hate that at all. I just think this is a card that is more on like this A tier level. And now right after that, we get Ronnie Lott right here, and Ronnie Lott is 6 foot, 96 speed, 93 acceleration with 95 agility, 94 change direction, 90 man coverage, 97 zone. This card does have the big hitter trade on yes and play ball and air aggressive, and Ronnie Lott, of course, same abilities as the other Super Bowl cards, mid zone, pick artist, 1 AP. I don't think he's worth his price, but this is going to be a card that is going to be in the S tier for me. I have very similar thoughts to Devin McCourty as well. Devin McCourty is 5'10", so a little bit shorter this time. Insane price, like he's like 3.5 mil. He's 97 speed, 97 excel. Great man, great zone, and also this time no big hitter, play ball and air aggressive. But Devin McCourty, again, from an ability standpoint, if you are curious, it's like the same thing we covered. It's the pick artist, it's the mid zone for 1 AP. So yeah, no like crazy player specific abilities or anything. No crazy player specific abilities or anything. Devin McCourty though will slightly make this S tier for me. Now after that, we get some weird cards right here. We get Justin Herbert and Harrison Smith, because we have to talk about them like right by each other. So there's these fusion cards, right, with Genki Force, meaning they can play both sides of the ball. So Harrison Smith, as a strong safety, he's going to be 6'2", 95 speed, 96 zone, 96 acceleration. He's also going to be someone, again, that gets that mid zone knockout and pick artist combo for 1 AP total, which we love that, right? Like Harrison Smith, again, this card right here looks great. But also on top of that, I think the most interesting one is going to be Justin Herbert fusion card, because now he's going to take Harrison Smith's core ratings, right? Like he's going to have like the 95 speed, so on like that, the good zone coverage stats, all that. And we are now going to get a card that is 6'6" at safety, and I feel like that's kind of nuts, right? Justin Herbert might be the best safety in the game with that. I mean, the crazy height, I think that's really important. And yeah, I think both these cards right here, again, if you're curious, why is Justin Herbert on the safety list? Well, it's their fusion cards, right? So they can play both sides of the ball, and Harrison Smith would be a great quarterback too. But I think these are 2 cards that are going to be in the S tier for me as well. I mean, Herbert is like top end, by the way, too. I think John Lynch with the Avalanche can be argued over him, but like, dude, Herbert, 6'6" height, man, think that's pretty nuts. So yeah, he's definitely like top end in this S tier. May very well be the best safety in the game. And then finally right here, we get 97 overall Donovan Wilson, and this card is 6 foot, 204, 96 speed, 96 acceleration with 93 agility, 89 change direction, 95 man, 96 zone, and this time has the big hitter trade on yes, play ball and air aggressive. But of course, gotta look at his discount abilities, where he does get 2 buckets, where it's Crusher, Deflator, Unfakeable right here. Don't love that, but in this bucket, he can get the mid zone knockout for 1, the pick artist for 0, goal line stuff for 0. Wouldn't really recommend that, but for me, it's either mid zone or pick artist for 0 right here. And I think with this stack on Donovan Wilson, I think he is someone that does join this A tier, kind of by like Trevor Moehrig right here, Jordan Fuller, and some of these other guys that I think get pretty similar ability combos. And yeah, boys, this has been my updated thoughts on the safety position in Madden 25 Ultimate Team. I hope you guys did enjoy the YouTube video today, man. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Madden 25 Ultimate Team content just like this. Now, if you guys do want to go and see me use these cards live on stream, have been streaming on both YouTube and Twitch to watch on the YouTube. Make sure to hit that noti bell as well. You'll be notified every time I upload or go live here. Or if you guys want to watch on the Twitch, check the links in the description, hit that Twitch with a follow. But if you guys do want another video to watch, check out this one right here.